Hey everybody, we're still touring along Lake Ontario, and the tour wouldn't be complete if we didn't stop at SUNY Oswego State College. And Oswego has been here, of course, part of the SUNY system since 1947, though it's been a teaching college here since shortly after World War I. And we're about to go around the campus and take a look. You are sitting right on Lake Ontario, and you're about to see that in a moment. It is absolutely beautiful, the view of the lake. However, the college is famous, since you're on the lake, of being very cold in the winter and most of the year getting a lot of big wind, because that wind keeps coming off Lake Ontario, just comes right over from Canada, and boy can you feel it. Now the college is one of the most famous teaching colleges in New York State, and they will teach all teaching subjects. Many New York State teachers go to school here. Everything from language to science, mathematics, social studies, English. The college is diverse, though. And also one of the things now that it has a major in renewable energy. It teaches different liberal arts topics like mathematics and language. You're seeing here the housing for the seniors. These are townhouses when you get to be a senior, and actually they call this the village, and it is a beautiful little village inside. Coming around. Now, Oswego townhouses we were seeing, but now you're seeing from the back. Since we're near Canada, you're seeing Canadian geese. They fly right over, eat the food, and fly back to Canada. These are different resident halls, primarily for freshmen and sophomore. And like with most of the colleges in New York State, the students will start in more the apartment type setting. And then eventually, in their junior and senior years, they move over to those townhouses you saw as we were going around. Now we're going to go toward what's called Hewitt. This is the Hewitt Quad, some of the older residential buildings. If you come here as a freshman, you'll probably stay in one of these dorms. Now, Joey, I know we're not going to do this periodically, but I want to just get up here to the clearing. I want them to see how close we are actually to the lake. When I said we sit on Lake Ontario, I am not kidding you. In fact, in the winter, you'll giant ice pieces coming right here. So just for a second, folks, there's Lake Ontario. And Lake Ontario is so large, one of the Great Lakes, we can't see to the other side, but trust me, on the other side over there is Canada. Go ahead and pan back to the school. I just wanted to see. And that's what I said, when that wind comes off the lake, you are gonna feel it. Big wind comes in. The winter time, it really is cold. So if you end up going to school here, make sure you bundle up. Now, one of the sciences that they're most famous for is environmental science. And you don't see that in a lot of schools. And environmental science is just that, studying the ecosystems that are around us. And you couldn't have a better school for that, for studying the ecosystem. In fact, you saw those Canadian geese, you just saw a deer, you've got the lakes, one of the Great Lakes, and there's such a diversity of animals and environments, from marshlands to rivers to lakes. We've got everything right here. I'm going to go real slow up here to the right. Unfortunately, there's a couple cars behind me. I think what I'm going to do is go toward this parking lot just so I can let the people by. I'll take you inside here for a moment. What you're seeing here is part of the library and research center. You can see the study areas down below from the library. But there's a couple of libraries here. We're going to pan right, some of the academic buildings. Off to the right, you've got the science buildings. In fact, you might see a couple of the windmills that they're working with. Here's a couple of the art projects. Here's the communication center. This handles all of their internet controls, which of course is a big part of the college today. There are over 20,000 students at this college. We talked earlier about a college sometimes being the size of a city. this really is its own city. It has its own post office box. Therefore, it has its own zip code, its own police force, its own fire department, because it's so large. Here's the health center. You go over and talk to a nurse or a doctor if you're sick. More freshman dorms on the left, but up to the more modern science buildings. And to the right, you see the liberal arts buildings. And of course, this is, boy, look at that gallery. Now, when I say liberal arts, this is where you're going to take all your mathematics and your English. You've got a wonderful staff for that. Keep moving around the campus. I got to just be careful here because I want to make sure. Coming up over the hill. Now we're going to come back around to the front of the campus. Now part of that, to do that, I got to go back out on the main street and come up again, but you'll see that. Back here is where we have, and they have a lot of intramural sports. They have a very full intramural program for basketball, baseball, softball, soccer. You would not be bored while at this college. Now, one thing Oswego has done over the years is expanded tremendously into IT majors. So they're doing more with cybersecurity. They're doing a great deal more with networking. And of course, they've always taught programming from mainframes right up to the current PC, web development, design. There you go. Here's Sheldon Hall. Again, with the academic buildings that you're going to be taking classes at. Now again, part of the campus comes out on this main street, Washington Boulevard. So we're just going to go down Washington Boulevard, go back into the front entrance. You see the main sign. Again, Sheldon Hall on your right. This is probably one of the original buildings, and where the admissions building is, you see with that tall clock. So when you actually apply or visit the campus, this is the building you would start at. There you go. The Newman building we just talked about. You see the bridge between the two buildings, so even in the winter time, as you're going back and forth between classes, you don't have to go outside. Center that houses a lot of the academic work, teachers, applications, things like that. Around this way. They do a lot of majors with early childhood development and childhood psychology. We're still coming around the campus. Now again, the difference here is this borders one of the main roads. You're on one of the roads going around the college, on the public roads. Let's get back inside. And I do know for a fact many of these houses that you're going by at the moment are owned by teachers. They love living their campus. There we go, getting right back into the campus. Residential buildings. this Tolkien Hall's on Sweet Road, which I always thought was a great name. Coming around. Here again, a lot of administrative work happens here. So you can see that this campus is very well enclosed. Though they do have a small shuttle system, you can walk through the middle of the campus to get to many of the things you're trying to get to. Concerts here. The students like to gather here for different events. You come by and see this setup of tents. Trails and things like that they do here. You're seeing the running path. This running path right here that goes all the way around the campus. They have a lot of big events here. I know every year they host different marathons, 12Ks. Back into some of the residential area. As we said, this is called the Village. And boy, if you're in here, you'd actually think you're in a little suburban village. Hidden fields. You can see there's a road just back here. Behind these trees are actual athletic fields students can use and hike. They're absolutely gorgeous to be here in the autumn. Fitness center, which is, a gym. They have a lot of exercise equipment. And there's actually a couple of gyms here on campus you can use at any time. And you're open pretty late, 10, 11 o'clock at night, so students who are on different schedules can actually come in, play, hang out for a while, exercise. Now let's see if the geese cooperate and move out of my way. They're not happy that I'm chasing them out of their road. They're probably wondering why we're here in the summer chasing them out of their resting area. Looks like some other people taking a tour. The town of Oswego itself, since it really is primarily a college town, though it has a long history of doing trade on Lake Ontario. It's famous for fishing for many years, and of course it's part of the Great Lakes system, so trade would come out of here, go down to the end of the Great Lakes, the Mohawk, into the Erie Canal. Joey, can you take a picture of the sign? Over here to the left. Here's the Oswego sign. State University of New York. Going back that way.